Welcome to Hack and Go. Last week I was asked a question. The family's getting ready to go on a cruise in August. They have a 17-year-old son. Son wants a GoPro. Wants to make a vacation video of their trip, which I think is a great idea. Parents think it's a good idea. They're planning on buying him a GoPro Hero 6. Give it to him right when they get on the cruise. They asked me, since they know nothing about a GoPro, so that video is kind of geared towards somebody who doesn't know anything about it. After you get the GoPro, now what? What else do you need to use it? GoPro comes with one battery. Most of the time it doesn't even have a memory card. You have to buy that separate unless you can get a package deal somewhere, like Best Buy or somewhere. Might have a package of special going. They give you one memory card with it. And basically all you're getting is the GoPro itself. No way to hold it. So the first thing you really need to do is get some sort of handle. This is the type I prefer. This one has... It'll actually extend out. It's kind of hard to get it out, but you can extend it out. Works good that way. Use it a little selfie stick. I don't really go for selfie sticks. I just use it more for the handle. But it does work if you want to take a video yourself or something real quick. This one here, I like it a lot, and one of the reasons I like it is I like going in on traveling kind of dark places. You go into like a old Spanish fort or something down in the Caribbean or St. Augustine or something. It gets kind of dark in there. You can't really see. The GoPro's excellent cameras. The low light on the Hero 6s is tenfold better than it was on the Hero 3s, which I do have a couple Hero 3s, which are basically useless in anything but bright sunlight. I like this little handle here. I bought this one. I'll put a link in the description. This one actually came with a flashlight. It's a nice bright wide angle flashlight. So when you go in a cave or something, you can put this on the bottom or in a fort, and it lights it up. It makes your videos 100 times better. It works really good. That's why I like this sort of handle. The other handle you can get is basically a selfie stick. The only time I really use this is if I want to get a picture like under a boat. Stick down underneath the boat, underwater. I've used it on a train before up in Alaska. They have a little platform in between the trains, so you can get on that. You can take this and get right down next to the track, and it really gives a really fantastic picture. It's totally different than what you'd be expecting from a camera. It's just something you don't see. So getting into a strange spot, that's one thing that I really like about it. I always put a little handle on it or a little strap. I'm kind of clumsy. I don't want to drop it and lose my camera, so that really helps out a lot. I have that on the other camera too. I just put a little strap on the bottom of it. Make sure I don't drop it and lose it. One thing a lot of people don't do or think about is in the GoPro packaging, you have a box on the bottom and there's a clear plastic thing that shows the GoPro, and it's attached to this. This is glued to the box. This actually makes a real good small tripod. You can set the GoPro on it and set it on a table, on the ground, wherever you want to do it. This is real nice, flat. It's real light. It fits right in your bag. And you can also get a lot of the kits come with a small tripod like this. I'll show you the rest of one of the kits that I got off Amazon in a minute. These work good. Set them on a table. Good for doing those food pictures, stuff like that. Watching a parade, something like that. You can set it on a table, set it down on the ground. That works real good. This one's a little smaller. This is actually a GoPro model here. And that does basically the same thing. Just it's real small. This one fits in your pocket. That's primarily the benefit for that. As far as batteries go, batteries on the Hero 6, I've noticed they last in between about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, 2 hours and 10 minutes. Kind of depends on the temperature. The colder out, the quicker they go. Get it too hot and they go a little quicker. Normal days, hour and a half to 2 hours. Depends what you're doing. I usually take pictures and video at the same time, and that works out good, but it does eat up batteries, so one battery isn't going to last you all day. I use these little Mind Shift cases here. I use these for my DSLRs and my GoPros. It'll hold 4 batteries. I have 2 for the Hero 6 and 2 for the Hero 3s in here. And what's nice about this is it has a little zipper compartment right here that you put your memory cards in. I only take a couple memory cards. The 64 gig cards is what I normally use, especially in the Hero 6. You can get 5.5 to 6 hours worth of video on there, depending. I usually shoot at 1080p. The only time I go up to 2.7 or 4K is when I'm doing something that's real bumpy, like if I'm on a ATV or something. You're going to want to edit the video later to try to smooth it out a little bit more. The Hero 6 does an excellent job at video stabilization, but if you need to get just a little bit more, that works good too. To use that, you can crop it down more, and there's all your software has video stabilization in it. That's the other thing I need to mention. These cameras do shoot 4K. The problem with that is, really right now I don't really see the need for doing it in 4K. There's not a lot of 4K TVs out. I do have one. Yes, you can notice a difference between 1080p and 4K. Does it really make that much difference in the video? No, not really. The other problem you're going to run into is when you're trying to edit it. Take your 4K video down, the files are so big and so huge. A lot of laptops, unless you have a real new laptop, I have a brand new Dell Core i7, 62 gigs of RAM in it, and it just it struggles at 4K. Or 1080, it just pops right through it. 2.7 works pretty good, but 4K it really struggles. And if you have a laptop over a year or two old, unless it's a really high-end laptop, it's just not going to be able to edit 4K video. Next, you have memory cards. Like I said, they eat up memory cards. On a trip, you're going to use a bunch. I carry this little Pelican case. I have my DSLR cards in here too. When you buy a card, it's going to come with a little SD adapter. Take it out, put it in the camera. Most laptops do have an SD slot, so you're going to save those. What's nice about this case is it's got room for 6 cards underneath and 6 cards on top. Same on the other side. So you can carry a lot of cards in a small case. It's waterproof. It's basically crush proof. They say you can drive over with a car. I haven't tried that, but I've had real good luck with Pelican cases. They're really top of the line cases. When I go on a trip, I usually leave this back in the hotel room, in the safe on a cruise ship, somewhere like that, and I only take 1 or 2 cards with me in addition to whatever's in the camera. That usually gets me through the day. As far as charging the batteries, the GoPros, how they come, they have a USB cable. These use a new USB-C on a Hero, or on the Hero 6s, and you charge your battery in the camera. I've never really tried that. I've always bought an external battery charger. This one here is by Kastar, K-A-S-T-A-R. Put a link in the description. You can get this. It charges off USB, so you can charge it in your car, plug it in the cigarette lighter, have an adapter. I have a portable battery power pack that charges my batteries, or you can just plug it into a wall charger, which charging your cell phone. I made a video on how I carry all my camera chargers and keep them organized if you'd like to look that up. But it works out really good. The advantage to this too is, since you need more batteries, one only lasts an hour and a half to 2 hours, you can go on Amazon, get the charger and 2 batteries basically for less than you can get 1 GoPro battery. I've used several different makes of aftermarket batteries, never had a problem with any of them. They all work great. My Hero 3 batteries are probably coming up on 3 years. They still hold the charge. I use them all the time. I've never had a problem with the aftermarket batteries, so I'd recommend that a lot. They also asked about buying one of the kits on eBay or Amazon. The aftermarket kits, you can get a really nice whole loaded package of accessories for $15, $16. Put a link in the description. What they come with usually come with a chest harness. These are great if you're going on a bungee jumping or zip lining, something like that. And they also come with a little head mount. You put it on your head. That works great. That way it'll show whatever you're looking at. That comes in the kit. The kit I bought also came with a little suction cup mount, a couple brackets, and this works out really good. You can mount this on, put this on a window, anything flat, smooth piece of metal. Works great. It'll even work kind of as a tripod. It's not real stable, but it will hold it up if it's not real windy and somebody's not bumping into it or anything. I don't think I'd actually trust this one mounting it outside a car, like on a fender, and doing it. But I also do carry, I always carry some little piece of cord or something so you can make like a leash in case it would fall off. That way it's not going to hit the ground or you're not going to drive over it or anything like that. So that's something else I always carry, a couple small pieces of cord or something like that. Also in the kit, again, this is a think tank bag, which I really like these because they're clear. You can see what's in them. I use these for everything: my DSLR stuff, my GoPro stuff, batteries, everything goes in one of these. This doesn't come with the kit, but comes with all this other junk that come in with, which is just a good way to get started. Mine came with this little clip here you can put on a backpack strap. I glued a quick release on it. It actually had one of these other types of release you have to use a screw on, which I'm not really fond on. But this, you can clip this on a window, a car window or something, and this does hold real solid. I won't have a problem with that. It's actually made for like a backpack strap, clip it to your belt, something like that. You'll get several of the little L brackets or hook brackets, and several of the flat ones. Those will come with the kit. Those are great to have. It'll also come with several of the curved and the flat mounts. I really don't use a lot of those, but I always keep a couple in my bag, and they do come in a little $15 accessory kit. Also comes with like a little tether, an extra tether lock, which you can use one of those pieces of cords. They just give you a little more sense of security if you needed, didn't have anything to tie it off to. They also come with it's like a tube clamp mount, so you can mount this to a tube on a boat, ski arch on a boat, anything, any kind of tube. Just works good. Those I would trust. They come with a little couple 90-degree turns. You can stack them, turn them, get your camera going any way you want. It usually comes with a tripod mount in case you have a regular camera tripod. This will screw into the bottom of the tripod and you can put your GoPro on there. There's two different kinds. I prefer the quick connect kind where you use these and just snap them into it. Those are a little quicker instead of fumbling with the screws, and it usually comes with a bunch of short and long screws. That's in your little $15 kit, which I'd highly recommend that. Speaking of the screws though, they do also make these aluminum ones, which I do prefer the aluminum ones. They just feel a little more robust. I've never had one of the plastic ones break, but these just seem a little nicer. When you buy some of these, they actually come with a wrench, which the wrench does fit the plastic ones too. In case you need to give it a little tweak it just a little tighter, or if you get it on there too tight by hand, it heats up during the day or something, you can get it back off with a little wrench. That works out real good like that. A couple other little things I always carry. Rain-X anti-fog. This works great. They make little pads that'll fit in the older style GoPro backs to keep the insides from fogging up. But what this works good as far as if it's kind of drizzling out, even raining, you're going snorkeling or anything like that, put a little bit of Rain-X on the lens. One, you can help clean with it, and two, it keeps the mist off and everything kind of rolls off instead of building up like a fog on it. I also carry a little microfiber cloth, and I carry a little, just a lens pen. It's a little cleaning kit. It's got like Windex in it or something. Squirt that on. And I don't really use this too much, but I always have one with me because I have a DSLR. It's a little lens brush, and there's a brush on the other side. I don't really use that too much for the GoPro, but I usually have it with me. These I always have in my pocket. These are just ones I got from Walmart. You can buy a big box of them for a couple dollars. That's little lens cleaning pads. If you're out somewhere your lens gets dirty, you don't really want to scratch it, so that's where it's better to use something like this, something a little bit wet. That works out real good. This is something else I like. I use this quite a bit when you start doing time lapse. This basically, it's an egg timer. It's made for cameras. You turn it, it'll go do a 360 in 1 hour, so it turns real slow. I put a GoPro mount on the top, which it has just a little screw for a tripod on it. Set your GoPro on it, and during the course of an hour it'll actually spin real slow all the way around. I never really go all the way around. I usually do about 20 minutes, 30 minutes will give you half of the sweep, 180-degree sweep. And this works out really well. It makes just a real nice time-lapse shot. Instead of just having it in one spot, it kind of slowly pans. And as you speed it up in your editing software, it's one of those real nice shots that you're going to want to do. Next, you need some way to carry your GoPro. When I first started using GoPros, I was using the Hero 3s. I used boxes like this where they fit in, everything's cut, everything's nice and neat. Spot down on the bottom for your accessories. These are real nice. As I started going, I started thinking the GoPro's probably stronger, the plastic case that the Hero 3s were in, than this thing is. And this was just too big and bulky for me. That's why I really didn't use it that much. At first, when I was real worried about the camera, I did. But I've dropped my camera, I've smashed it, I've done everything, and the camera still looks good, works fine. The Hero 3s, as long as they're in the case. The Hero 6 seems pretty sturdy in that. I've never had a problem. I don't throw it around, but I don't actually baby it either. And all I use to carry that around is I have this little padded pouch that I put it in, and throw that in a pocket in my backpack or my suitcase, and that's all I seem to need. Next, you have all your memory cards. How I do it is I use a separate memory card for each day, and I just change the memory card at the end of the day. It's pretty rare that I fill one up 5.5 to 6 hours on a 64 gig card in one day. In fact, I don't think I ever filled one up unless I just left it sitting there running somewhere. But what I also do is I like to back everything up. I have this Western Digital. It's called Western Digital My Passport Wireless. It's actually a portable hard drive. You plug it in your computer just like a regular hard drive. But what's nice about this, it has a SD slot on the side. If you turn it on, it has a built-in battery. You turn it on, just pop your SD card in here, and you can set it to automatically back up whatever's on the SD card. So what I do is whenever I take a memory card out of a camera, SDLR, or out of my GoPro, I just pop it in here, and a few minutes later it's all backed up. I have it on here, and plus I have the memory card, so I have a redundancy. This also doesn't really relate to GoPros, but it has a wireless built into it. Little, not really a router, but it's a wireless. If you have a tablet, phone, anything like that, you connect to it. You can put movies, TV shows, whatever you want to put on here. Look at your pictures, and it's wireless to your tablet or your phone or whatever, and you can watch a movie. It's a ton of storage. This one here is 2 terabytes, I believe. It might be 3. I'm going to put a link to the description because these are really nice to have. They're great. There's a newer model out, which I'm planning on getting here soon, but that one still works awesome. Other thing I usually do on a trip is I take a laptop with me. It's just a small one. It works great. There's plenty of memory in it. There's a SD card built slot in the side. How I do it is I make 3 backups of everything. I keep my SD cards until I get back home and make sure everything's backed up on my home server. I put everything on the Western Digital, plus I back everything up to a laptop. This is also good too for watching your stuff. You can kind of scrub through, pick out the good sequences and stuff. And I also have my video editing software on here. GoPro makes a free video editing software, which works pretty good. A lot of people love it. A lot of people use it. I really haven't used it that much to get used to it. I use Premiere Elements or Premiere Pro, and those are my favorite ones. And they just, once you get used to one, that's what you're going to use. If you have a Mac, they have iMac. Everybody swears on that. I've never used a Mac or used iMac. There's several different ones. There's Final Cut, all different kinds of stuff. So you just have to pick one software, get used to it, and use it. And then as you use it, you'll get used to it, and you'll be able to make some awesome movies by yourself. Well, thanks for watching. Again, this episode was geared towards somebody who really doesn't know anything about a GoPro that wants to get started, and I hope it helped out a little bit. I'm going to start doing some more advanced videos, photography, and also GoPros, videos, stuff like that, and some editing videos. Show you my workflow. Well, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up on the bottom. That really helps a lot. And also subscribe. I'm going to be coming out with a new video every week, and I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you very much, and have a good weekend.